Let's talk about the Preakness here. The owner of the Pimlico racetrack now has agreed to talk to the city with ways to keep it right here in Baltimore.
That's right. The hope is to keep the second jewel of the Triple Crown from moving away to Laurel. WMAR2 News' Jeff Hager has more on the latest developments tonight. Jeff, what you got?
Well, Kelly, should it stay or should it go? Even as competing bills reached yet another committee in Annapolis today, the city is rallying support to keep the Preakness in Baltimore, including a pledge to present alternatives to the owners of the Pimlico racetrack.
Hold up, wait a minute, let us put some Preakness in.
Braving freezing temperatures, dozens of people from the Park Heights community gathered across the street from Pimlico, rallying to keep the Preakness from moving to Laurel, and hopeful that the owners of the track hadn't give up on keeping it here.
We spoke with the Strawner group yesterday, a group of community presidents, and they're ready to go back to the table.
Baltimore City Mayor Catherine Pugh is stepping up pressure on the Canada-based company.
We understand they're a company and a corporation, and we want them to continue to make money. I mean, they are billionaires, but we want them to make more. But at the same time, you cannot neglect a whole community, a whole city.
As part of the lobbying effort, the city's targeting state leaders who are entertaining a bill that would send the Preakness packing for the site closer to Washington, D.C.
We need our state officials to understand that Baltimore City is a part of the rest of the state. You can't neglect us. You know, we've created our own neighborhood impact investment fund. We've created our own because we're saying to the state, we have the ability to step up. You know, let's be real. Redoing that track is about $29 million. Okay, that's the track. But when you talk about this facility, and we're talking about a year-round facility, you know, then they need to sit down and talk with us about how to create a year-round facility that everybody bodes well.
A competing bill would slow down the process, creating a work group to develop a financial plan to reinvent Old Hilltop.
We must keep the Preakness alive in Baltimore.
And to keep the Preakness Stakes where it's been since 1873.
You don't hear people talk about moving to Kentucky Derby or moving to Indianapolis 500 or moving to Belmont Stakes. This is the Preakness. This is Baltimore City, and we're going to fight to keep the Preakness here.
All right, thank you. Now, the city and state recently invested over $100 million in Park Heights to improve education, recreation, housing, and services for residents. But if the Preakness should move, many fear the community would never recover from it.